All right, everybody. RMJ Movie Reviews back. I just got back from seeing the Matthew Mcconaughey Christopher Nolan film Interstellar, which basically tells the story of it's Earth in the near future. They don't tell us how far in the future. We have no idea. We just know it's the future. And the resources on Earth are running out. So NASA approaches Matthew McConaughey and basically tells him we need to shoot into outer space to go to another realm, another dimension, and find the resources to either, if I understood it right, to either transport the people of Earth to this other dimension or bring them back to Earth. I cannot remember. If I'm wrong, somebody can please correct me. But that's the gist of the movie. Wow. What can I say about Interstellar? Let me first off say that I did like the movie. I liked it. And I knew way before that this movie even came out when I saw it, because Christopher Nolan was hot off The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. You know, regardless of how kind of people felt about The Dark Knight Rises, that was a hit or miss for a lot of people. I like The Dark Knight Rises. Obviously, The Dark Knight is the pinnacle. I mean, he changed the game with that movie. I knew in seeing the previews, I already knew, and I can tell you right now, this movie, in my personal opinion, is not going to be as big a hit as Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises. I don't even think this movie is going to do as good as Dark Knight Rises, even though there were a lot of people who disliked the third picture. This movie is going to be a cult film. I can tell you that right now, because right now there's going to be two groups of people. There are going to be groups of people who really hate this movie and are confused, and then there's going to be a second group of people who find all the themes really deep in the scientific mumbo jumbo, and they see the meaning of life and Jesus Christ and Christian and sacrifice yourself. And there's going to be a group of people who see Interstellar that way, and they're going to say this is the most wonderful movie of all time and all that kind of stuff. Me personally, as a viewer and a fan of movies and films, I just think this picture is a gigantic, big budget art house picture, because let me tell you, I will say one thing. I was with the movie for the very first act. Yeah, I was never bored at all, especially before Matthew McConaughey and the astronaut shot in the Earth. You know, as a matter of fact, my favorite scene in the movie is actually where Matthew McConaughey goes into the room and says to his daughter, "I'm going to leave," and he kind of, you know, Matthew McConaughey is very good with kind of projecting what's going on underneath without saying a lot. And I thought he was really good in that scene where he goes, "Don't let me leave like this," and he's really soaking and his eyes are tearing. And I really like that scene. And the scene where he's driving away in the car and he has tears in his eyes. I mean, Matthew McConaughey is really good in this picture. Everybody's good. I will say, the movie kind of started to lose me a little bit once we were in the second act and the third act. Once we were in outer space, I was kind of with it. And then there's after, I don't want to give anything away, but there's after a point where they land on a certain place and they find out it's not a mountain, it's water. I was kind of with the picture then, but then there's a surprise appearance by an actor who I'm not going to give away who it is. For those of you who've seen it, you know who it is, but this person pops up and things get a little interesting, and then there's some couple twists that go in, and I kind of go, okay, it kind of kept me with it. But then the movie just kind of, here's my thing. The scientific mumbo jumbo that everybody's kind of been confused by, it didn't really bother me, because I wasn't even going to try to understand it. I mean, as quickly as I told you what I thought about the story of the movie, that's pretty much how I came into it. I just said, look, Earth is in trouble. They need to shoot to space. I'm not going to try to even follow any of the scientific mumbo jumbo, and they go into a wormhole and swing shot around Star Trek 4 Voyage Home style, and they fold time and space. I'm not even going to try to follow that, because I don't know if it's real or well, probably what it is it's probably a combination of scientific history channel mumbo jumbo with imaginative movie making, which I'm sure is what it is. So, the scientific mumble jumble didn't bother me because I don't even bother to try to follow it. I just kind of try to follow it within the movie's logic. As far as I remember, because I was really confused towards the third act. As far as I can remember, and I just left the movie follows its own set of rules. So I think within the rules that the movie sets up, it stays true to what it was. But I can't sit up here and lie and say that I totally understood what the hell was going on in the third act. Oh God, I want to give out spoilers so bad, but I don't want to ruin it for anybody who really is a Christopher Nolan fan. But as far as I can tell, everything was true to what the first half of the movie set up. I just think that it's kind of done in such a way that it really leaves it up to audience speculation. Of course, I know Christopher Nolan and his brother get on TV and say, if you're really paying attention, the audience should be able to follow this. But, when you have so much information coming at you at one time, it's, and sometimes actors say things in a way you can't always hear the dialogue. You can't rewind it because you're not at the house, so you miss things. And, I don't know. I liked it, but I can't say that this is a movie that I would buy on Blu-ray or DVD when it comes out. If I did, I'd buy it purely just for filmmaking purposes, just to, pay attention to how they shoot certain scenes and how they do special effects, and watch the extras footage, behind the scenes material, and listen to documentaries. I'd only buy Interstellar on DVD or Blu-ray strictly for those purposes. To watch it as a film that entertained me, probably not. I thought it was good. I can't say that it really felt satisfying when it was over, because there are plenty of arty type of big budget movies that do feel satisfying. I can't say I fully felt satisfied at the end of this movie, but I still regardless thought that all the actors were good, and I thought the special effects were well done. Once we get into this other universe, and I know it wasn't even supposed to be that kind of movie. I kept expecting the alien to jump out, and I clearly know that the movie was not supposed to be that. But I guess because how I'm trained as a viewer from these type of movies, I just kept expecting something more. And there's something that happens at the end of the movie where Matthew Mcconaughey goes a certain place, and it ties back into something else from earlier in the movie. And I was honestly kind of sitting in the theater like, what the hell? Really? Now, I'm not going to give it away, but please, somebody, if you're watching my review and you've seen the movie, explain it to me. Explain to me, please, because I don't get it, guys. The actor who makes a special guest appearance, explain to me what he was doing, because I thought his motive was he pretty much knew that there was no resolution to the problem trying to be solved, and he was just trying to get back to Earth. I think that's what he was doing. You guys can explain it to me if I'm wrong, but I can only say I'm totally confused by Interstellar. It's a good movie. Everybody's committed. The special effects are good. I thought some of the family scenes in the beginning and throughout the middle I was moved by. God, that's really all I can say about Interstellar. It's a good movie, but I'm confused. And it's not because I'm not a deep thinker. So my camera's about to run out, people, but that's really all I have to say about Interstellar. Please, please, please leave comments with me, and we can talk back and forth about Interstellar. So that's RMJ movie reviews for Interstellar. I'm sorry I don't have more, but I don't have much time because of this crappy camera. So, all right, guys, talk to you later. Thank you very much, and please respond back about this film. Thank you. Bye-bye.